All right, Colin, I think Pagano will be gone at some point this year. And I got a brilliant theory on who's going to replace him. Listen, they got Andrew Luck. Who would be the perfect coach for Andrew Luck? Jim Harbaugh. I think he's going to wear out his welcome in Michigan like he does every place else. I think he'll have the ultimate leverage to get paid $10, $12 million by the Colts, and they will turn the entire franchise over to Jim Harbaugh, which is what he's always been looking for, is complete control of the franchise. The Colts and Jim Harbaugh make perfect sense. You've invested. You got this great young quarterback in Andrew Luck. I wouldn't play him at all this year. I wouldn't put him out there with that garbage they got out there and get this kid hurt. I wouldn't play him at all, and I'd go with Jim Harbaugh next year.
I don't think you're crazy because I think they'll call and offer Harbaugh the job. I think he'll stay at Michigan. Because I think Jim really loves Michigan, and if he does go back, and I'm not sure he would, I don't think he would do it this quickly. Two things you're saying I believe in. A, I think the Colts will call him. B, this is just the way it works in pro sports. You can feel when a coach is in trouble. Like with Pagano, it doesn't feel good. We've had that fake punt against New England that we mocked. Now they're getting humiliated. He kind of does a George Costanza after the game and kind of butchers an obvious thing. It doesn't feel good for Chuck. And also, in this league, there is a tendency now where most head coaches have an offensive background. That's the culture right now in sports. Saban's rare. Belichick's very good with the offensive side. I kind of feel like you're right in two counts. Harbaugh will be called, and Pagano's in trouble. I don't think Jim leaves Michigan this quick.
Rob, before you go, here's my other reasoning. I think if you just want to do X's and O's and just coach football, you can only do it in the NFL. In college, there's so many more responsibilities. I think Jim Harbaugh just wants to coach football.
Well, I mean, I think he chose to leave San Francisco where he was just coaching football, but he had all the other stuff going. But he went back to Michigan, where he loves. Remember, his dad was a college coach for 100 years and all that. They have a great coaching family. That would be an unbelievable hire out there if they got him in Indianapolis. Unbelievable. But I don't think he's going to come back. You say he gets full control, but I don't think Irsay would ever give full control to anybody. So I disagree. But he may, if he did,
more cocktail hour.
But if he did, I mean, Harbaugh would be an unbelievable guy. I just hate this for Chuck because he's a great friend of mine, obviously.
But it doesn't. You can sense.
Oh, of course.
There is a sense
Look,
right
I've
now.
Been fired.
Like yesterday was a game.
I know.
When you watched it, you were like, "Wow, this is one of these games where an owner decides flying home. Okay, we got to right the ship on this."
Right, but to blame this on Chuck. I mean, remember they had the guy, the other GM, Grigson, was made a complete joke of that team. But you're out without luck and all this. I mean, maybe you do Chuck a favor just to get him to walk out of there, because I know Chuck Pagano. He's in there every single day doing everything he can. You see him distraught saying the 49. Hey, it can happen to anybody, but I know he's a competitor. He screwed up last year by not hiring me as D coordinator. At least he'd have somebody in there fighting with him, because I've been fired before, and I'll go down with the ship.
I got to agree with the big guy. Yeah, Jason, you're 100% right. Now, Colin, do you remember last year I went on your show, and you made two great points about why Jim Harbaugh and Andrew Luck make sense. There's a third. There is a Midwest ethos in Jim Harbaugh, just like a sensibility of, we're going to beat you up at the line of scrimmage, like a tough blue-collar mentality that totally fits. He played for the Colts, drafted by the Bears. Jim Harbaugh is the Midwest. It just feels like
even
a perfect
car
fit.
Racing. He's like you.
I mean, I'm telling you, this is a no-brainer, but the question is, does he want to play for crazy Jim Irsay? And it's like, who's going to want to go play for Daniel Snyder in D.C.? You don't want to go there.
That's an interesting point.
It's all in writing. When you have his leverage, you write the owner out of the decision.
But remember, the reason Harbaugh got whacked in San Francisco was he didn't trust the young York kid, right?
Yeah.
So if you got burned by what you see as a crazy owner, do you go back into a impulsive owner?
Listen, the Jets are going to be dealing with this. I know your brother obviously knows them well. The Jets are going to be dealing with this. Woody Johnson, nobody wants to coach there. They need to go.
I think the Johnson family are good people.
I'm sure they are.
No, I think they did. I think they hired Rex. They went out on a limb, got him a defensive coach. They gave him his first opportunity.
Remember, they called Jim Harbaugh, though, Rob. They wanted Jim Harbaugh. He's like, no way, I'm not touching you.
Well, I mean, that doesn't mean he was right.
Listen,
I mean, I think, look, I think.
$1 billion would make anybody
I think
a
the
little
biggest
crazy and
problem
impulsive.
there when they let Mike Tannenbaum go at the Jets,
We're off topic.
and then brought somebody else up.
Bro, but listen, $1 billion will make any owner a little bit kooky or any person a little bit kooky. I think Jim Harbaugh has the leverage to get in writing all the power and control he needs in Indianapolis. It hasn't worked for Jim Irsay and them since Bill Polian kind of left. It's been on a downward spiral.
You could make this argument, though. You know that you're as good as your quarterback.
Sure.
Okay. So you'd inherit Andrew Luck.
Which would be amazing.
Okay, that
and
doesn't
for a
happen.
coach that coached them.
That's right. So
and I mean, no,
it never
makes
happens.
too much sense. I mean, it's a fantastic point. But
Rob,
I just
you're doing
don't-
great.
Thanks.
You just said
But
I'm
I just
great.
don't think. Am I dancing again?
No.
I don't think he'll leave
But
Michigan.
I don't think
Yes, he
so
will.
either.
I don't think he'll leave Michigan.
I don't think so.